What is up, guys? So I'm here to do a response to a inbox question I got. This was actually quite a while ago and I have yet to respond to it, so I appreciate the person waiting for the response. So again, I haven't read this yet, so I'll be reading it for the first time with you guys. It's long. Hey Will, checked out some of your videos, pretty awesome. I got a question about the friendships slash friend zones. It makes no sense to me what guys really think. He's Asian too, he's the quiet type. People may say he's weird or strange because he's the introvert shy guy type. So to begin, me and this guy met during an event. First off, it's great that some people like the introvert. I know there's a common sort of conception out there that most people only like confident guys. Anyhow, so to begin, me and this guy met during an event. We got to know each other as friends. We liked each other. We hanged out quite a bit and spoke with each other loads. You should work on the grammar a little bit. It's good to be in each other's presence in some way. We didn't engage in sex, but other things that was mostly beneficial for him. I think I know what you mean by that. It's not something I do normally, ... So it was rather awkward, but as you spend more time with a person, it's normal to like the person more. But then he figured no. When he picked up, I wanted to be more than just friends and told me he's not ready to have something like that. Like me with a complex background, or what he says, emotional baggage. I'm guessing you have some other baggage. I mean, if it was like a blank, cool chick with no emotional baggage, he wouldn't say that. Who just hung out, you had fun, later left, no emotional baggage, whether that's, I don't know, past boyfriends or emotional issues. That may be a problem. That may be why. Anyhow, you continue by saying, another reason was I understood from what he was saying the time and commitment would be an issue too given his future profession. So yeah, I got rejected. It's totally fine and I understand. It hurts, of course, and I moved on. Good for you. Again, the profession thing, I think a lot of people are stupid, especially in college. They use that as a huge excuse, and then you catch them spending hours every day playing video games. It's a common thing, but sometimes it's legit. I don't know. It's sometimes legit, I'm not gonna lie. So after rejection, etc. Wait, let me just see how long. Holy crap, this is long. So after rejection, etc., what now? We are still friends. My friend said he's a weird person and it's better I stay away from him. He sounds dodgy, etc. Well, I don't know. It can be the case. It's good that sometimes you give these people a chance. Sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes they're just weird naturally because they're awkward like me, but they're cool people. I don't know. But we didn't see each other for like 4 years. Wow. Just got on with our own lives, etc. Until recently, every now and then as a matter where recently the situation I've been really upset and hurt from another relationship, and he's been a good friend to me and hearing me out and actually being there for me during the really difficult, tough times. I just saw it as him being a really good friend. I was in a tricky, tight spot and emotionally wrecked. He understood where I was coming from in my situation, that I needed to escape, and he wanted to be there for me. We live really far apart from each other, but he was kind enough to offer me to stay at his, as well as catch up with him as friends, and for me to have some peace in my life. Okay, personally, I don't like doing this sort of crap. I don't like all this emotional drama sort of stuff. I stay clear of it. Drama stays clear of me. It sees me, it realizes I don't like it, and for some reason, it just parts ways from me. That's why for my whole life, whenever I encounter drama, which is rare, it just parts away from me because it knows I don't want to engage in it. And so for me, like, I just think this guy is a bit of a chode for hanging around this thing. I don't know, maybe he wants you as some sort of backup, that he keeps interacting with you or something like that. He knows you're engaging in a lot of like serious relationship sort of stuff. I'm not really at a time of my life where I want any of that sort of emotional stuff. I think a lot of kids these days, and people my age, they think they know what they're doing, but it's really just shallow, superficial things that they believe is making them fall in love with a person. But when it's really, it's like, you think she looks hot and she doesn't really like you, so you're playing this I'm in love with her card, this romantic card, to get her to like you. It's like, no, you just want to hook up. Anyhow, that's kind of where I'm at right now, just this chill thing. So anyhow, he understood where I was coming from in my situation, that I need to escape. He just wanted to be there for me, sure, or else he's just desperate or doesn't have a lot of options and wants you as some sort of backup card. We live really far apart from each other. Blah blah blah. I'm only saying blah 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 because I already read it. I took up his offer. When I visited, things were okay. Okay, God, I mean, you guys did stuff before. It's just really fishy that he just wants you to hang out at his house. I call BS 99%. Until he started showing unusual signs. Big surprise. I sensed some flirting and I was a bit shocked because honestly I was under the impression since last time weren't going to connect and engage with each other in the way normal friends don't. Probably he just wants to hook up. He's not really looking for anything like seriously, emotionally. He just, after 4 years, he's probably just like, hey, she looks kind of hot again. I find her physically attractive. So I was pretty confused and not knowing what on earth he's thinking. I was under the impression we friend zone each other. Yeah, he finds you physically attractive. I doubt it's anything beyond that. These guys are kind of people like him. I feel like, based on the little I've been given, I mean, I can't, staple anything on him, but I estimate or guess that these types of people don't really know that honesty is the best policy, and so they're like, maybe I'll just play the card that I want some sort of serious relationship, or it's beyond something physical, so that I can get something physical out of her. And he doesn't want to be clear with that with you, because he thinks it'll increase his chances. I mean, you probably know that already deep down. He's not the type of guy that goes messing around with girls. He doesn't have to. He can still be like that. He can play the card of gentleman. A lot of people do that. They play the card of hero when deep down they're the same. And the reason he doesn't mess around with a lot of people may just be because he doesn't have a lot of options. But then he just plays that off as, oh, I'm the gentleman. I don't mess around with other girls. Anyhow, that's just my theory. He's a gentleman and not the type of guy that hits on girls every single opportunity he gets. That's good. But again, so if I thought we were just friends, normal plain friends. By the way, guys watching this video, it may be a good thing to learn something from this. You don't want to become that sleaze where the girl knows you as the guy who hits on everyone. I mean, not everyone does do that, but I mean, it's not really a double standard anymore where you can get away with that sort of stuff. But it felt more than just friends, or what some people would call friends with benefits. Again, no sex, because of his belief in saving for someone special, more benefit for him. I'm guessing other forms of physical contact other than that. So I find that really lame, how he's saving for someone special, and I guess you're not special enough. I keep wondering to myself, normal friends don't do this. So I ask him, and he doesn't have many girls that he's close with, like the way he's close with me. Big surprise, probably doesn't have that many options. And says he trusts me, otherwise no, it wouldn't happen, because he won't be doing that sort of thing with other female friends. And because after learning he's a guy who's so reserved about himself, I figure out he wouldn't let himself engage in that way with a girl other than the one for him. And if there's no not any feelings or special connection towards a person. You can't really quite engage in that way. Not true. Not true. Um, you can engage in that way with someone um, who's not you don't have a special connection with. Maybe he, because of his moral standards, won't do that. Or maybe he's just using that as an excuse because he's shy and reserved and doesn't have a lot of options, but he won't admit it. So subconsciously, he represses the truth. Um, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, and you can share your understanding on this, Will. So what exactly are you asking me for? I'd assumed there would have been no more feelings of that sort between him and me, and I thought, no way, he still likes me and has feelings for me. He rejected me after all. So what this is what I don't understand. How can he treat me as it was like 4 years ago and base a lot of the past experiences to the present? Can you make some sense to me on a guy's perspective? Um, Most dudes, not all dudes, at roughly my age can be quite on a physical sort of thing. So now that you've stated your question, I would say he's sort of just going about it really not thinking logically. Both genders, human and male, I mean female and male, don't act logically. They act on emotion, which sometimes is not logic. Why? Because biologically, we're geared towards survival, and you don't have time to think about it when a bear or a lion is about to maul you in the face. So you act on emotion, and sometimes that emotion is wrong. And I feel like what's going on here is this guy is probably just acting on his physical raw feeling. This girl's cute. I just want to hook up with her. Oh, I'm starting to get a little bit of feelings, or maybe something more than just a physical reaction. But I don't think she's girlfriend material. I'll just keep with the minor petting, hooking up. I'll find someone special. So this is all probably subconscious. It's not really anything logical he's thought through, maybe to a certain degree. But the point is, it seems like he's not. I don't think it's something where you will become boyfriend and girlfriend. And if it is, it seems like he's kind of looking out for someone better. Or maybe he's not looking for anything serious. He just wants to physically hook up a bit. The only thing wrong with that is that he's not being honest about it. Or he doesn't really know himself. The concept that a person just wants to do that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Plenty of people in college just want friends with benefits, and they just kill it there. It's purely physical. And this one's just a little dash of something else. Why? Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he's not sure. For a person like me, I feel like I'm too logical. I think about it too much. Most people just don't even think about it. It just makes no sense. He just follows his biological instinct. So he probably hasn't thought through it like I do. Some extra info to clear about the above. He doesn't meet many girls or connects with them in a way he does with me. Well, that's probably why. He's probably a little bit, I wouldn't say desperate, but he probably doesn't have that many options. I know you're sort of wording it like he's choosing not to do it, but I think despite the vague wording, I can venture that my theory is that he doesn't have a lot of options because he's not like a boss or someone who can get that many options. Again, that's something certain people will realize and work towards, like me with self-development stuff. Others, they're just like, they give it up and then they play it off like they choose not to have many options. And because of that, their few relationships get accentuated and they cling on to them. And somewhat makes me feel like I'm a guinea pig or for experimenting. that pretty much solidifies what I've said so far. As friends, we discussed my boy issues, and he suggested to me no relationship for a good few years, and appearances matter. When I said out, I'm going to eat whatever I like and don't care about what others say. And I was kind of thinking, why would he even tell me that? Because I thought I wouldn't be interested in men or relationships, so why should I give a crap? Lol. Those sentences made no logical sense. I mean, separately they made sense, but in that logical order strung together, they made no logical sense to me. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to say there. Did you really know what you're trying to say there? Because so you say you're not going to be interested in men or relationships. Well, you will be eventually, and you know that because you probably want to find a husband at some point. Him saying something like appearances matter is the truth. Like male and female alike. To the degree, I think it's subjective, but physical appearance matters to a certain degree. His suggestion for no relationships for a few years, taking it off, no comment. There's nothing wrong, good or bad about that. It may be good. He's a type of guy who's introverted, straightforward at times. I'm just lost and confused what this friend of mine is thinking, because he sends out so many mixed signals. But then again, guys are rather simple, and it could be me who's misreading these signs. Yeah, girls love to overthink things. People say he's just used me, but I viewed it slightly different, but knowing, yeah, he probably did use me and my kindness for his benefit. I mean, you kind of used him for your benefit, just not to that degree. And then he started using you more to his benefit when your interests did not align. At present, we both don't want any commitments and just focusing on career, studies, etc. We don't even talk to each other much. Typical Asian stuff. Mixed signals, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe some guys just, they're like, after hooking up, they don't find you attractive anymore, at least for a while, and then they're like, she's kind of attractive again. Or you wear a certain thing one day and you're like, oh, she's pretty attractive, and he'll probably just like start talking to you then. Guys are rather simple, but not always. So sorry for a long message, and but be super awesome if you could share some light into this. I spent a long time trying to figure out what special friendship relationship is between me and him. Just seems rather complicated. Please don't mention my name. Thanks. So yeah, I pretty much answered everything more or less. Again, for me personally, I'm not like, I hate this freaking drama sort of stuff, this relationship sort of stuff. I think it's freaking useless. I think one big quote not quote, but one concept I learned from many sources was this idea that there are so many people on this earth, 6 billion. I calculated mathematically, and if you're not talking to like 10 people every second, you will never meet close to everyone on this earth. Because of that, there's so many fish in the sea that you shouldn't ever cling to one person. You shouldn't be desperate. You shouldn't be stupid like that. It's retarded. It's ridiculous. Move on. And there are times when I'm in those desperate situations where I don't have a lot of options, and I'm like, whatever. I'm still not sticking with the garbage I have now. Granted, sometimes I just leave way too early, but yeah. So I would say just move on. Like you have more options, and this it seems like your interests don't align, so you don't have to cling on to this. That's all I gotta say. I'll see you later. As always, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Peace.